Introductory. 2 years ago, I sat in my small room at 2 a.m., my mind spinning like an unrelenting storm. I worried about work. Will my boss be happy with my report? I dwelt on the past. Why did I say that in last week's meeting? And I feared the future. What if I fail? What will I do? My mind was a whirlwind, dragging me down, leaving me exhausted and robbing me of peace. I bet you felt this too, when relentless thoughts steal your sleep, your joy, and your energy. According to a study, 73% of American adults admit they're trapped in a cycle of overthinking, leaving them stressed and drained. But that night, when I was on the verge of giving up, I stumbled across a quote from the Buddha. "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." And that was the moment everything began to shift. In the next 15 minutes, I'll share with you 5 profound Buddhist lessons that not only helped me escape the storm in my mind, but also brought me a peace I never thought possible. You'll learn how to anchor yourself in the present, let go of pointless worries, and build a lighter, more peaceful life, all with simple, practical exercises you can start today. And I'll tell you my own story, my failures and triumphs, to show you that if I can do it, so can you. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. What's making you overthink the most right now? Work? Relationships? Or just the feeling that everything's spiraling out of control? Drop a comment below, because we're embarking on this journey together. Ready? Let's explore the first lesson, how to understand and break the cycle of overthinking to reclaim your peace. 1. Understand and break the causes of overthinking. To stop overthinking, we first need to understand why it happens. Have you ever wondered, why does my mind keep spinning with endless thoughts? I used to think it was just my personality, that I was a worrier. But then I realized overthinking isn't something we're born with. It comes from external pressures and how we respond to them. Think about our modern lives. We're bombarded with information, phone notifications, work demands, and Instagram posts that make us compare ourselves. According to a study, over 70% of Americans feel stressed trying to keep up with this pace. Add to that the fear of failure or the desire for everything to be perfect, and our minds become a tangled mess. Buddhism teaches us that these thoughts are like waves. They come from the outside, but we choose whether to let them drown us or let them pass by. I remember a time when I was preparing for a big presentation at work, and I nearly drove myself crazy with overthinking. I imagined every worst-case scenario. What if I forget my lines? What if my boss hates it? The night before, I couldn't sleep, trapped in a spiral of worry. But then a friend gave me simple advice: write down everything you're thinking and see if it's really worth worrying about. I tried it, and to my surprise, half of those worries were just figments of my imagination. So, how do we break this cycle? Try this quick exercise. It takes just a minute. Grab a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone and write down 3 thoughts stressing you out right now. Next to each one, ask yourself, is this something I can control? Is it really that important? This exercise helps you see what's dragging you down. Psychologists say that simply identifying overthinking can reduce its power by 30%. In Buddhism, this is the first step to mastering your mind, facing the storm head-on instead of running from it. The small lesson here is, overthinking isn't the enemy. It's a signal you're carrying too much weight. Don't blame yourself. Instead, take a minute to understand it. When you see where these thoughts come from, they become far less frightening. Now that you know why your mind is in turmoil, how do you calm it? Let's explore the next lesson, how to anchor yourself in the present to find true peace. 2. Live in the present to calm your mind. Now that you understand why your mind is in turmoil, imagine this. What if you could calm the storm in your head just by focusing on this very moment? The Buddha once said, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. That's our second lesson today, living in the present. And trust me, it's one of the most powerful ways to reclaim your peace. Think about a typical day. Do you often get caught up in thoughts like, what did I do wrong yesterday? Or will everything be okay next week? These thoughts pull us away from the present, the only moment we can truly control. Buddhism teaches that the past is gone, the future hasn't arrived, but right now you're alive, you're breathing, and you can choose to calm your mind. Psychologists agree. Living in the present can reduce stress by up to 40%, according to research from Verywell Mind. But how do you actually do it? I want to tell you about Sarah, an office worker in New York I met at a meditation workshop. Sarah used to live in constant fear of losing her job. Every day, she imagined worst-case scenarios, getting fired, not being able to pay rent. She told me, "I felt like I was living in a horror movie I wrote myself." But then Sarah learned a simple exercise called 5-4-3-2-1. She started focusing on what was right in front of her: the hum of the office air conditioner, the feel of her keyboard under her fingers, the smell of her morning coffee. Slowly, she noticed that when she stayed in the present, her worries about the future began to fade. Within a month, Sarah was not only sleeping better, but also got praise from her boss for her focus at work. You can try this exercise right now. It takes just a minute. Pause and look around you. Name 5 things you see, maybe a table, a tree, or light on the wall. Then touch 4 things, like your clothes, a chair, or your phone. Listen for 3 sounds: the hum of a fan, birds chirping, or cars outside. Smell 2 scents, perhaps perfume or fresh air. Finally, taste 1 flavor, maybe the lingering taste of your morning coffee. This 5-4-3-2-1 exercise anchors you in the present, calming your mind instantly. I've used it whenever my head feels scrambled, and it works like a reset button for my mind. The small lesson here is, the present is the safest place for your mind to rest. Each time you feel pulled into the past or future, come back to this moment, where everything is okay. You don't need to fix everything right now. Just be here now. Living in the present is a great start. But what happens when you still feel weighed down by trying to control things beyond your reach? Let's explore the next lesson: how to let go to truly free your mind. 3. Let go of the illusion of control to free your mind. Letting go of things beyond your control makes your mind lighter. But how do you maintain that peace when life turns chaotic again? That's where our 4th lesson comes in: practicing mindfulness through breath. The Buddha once said, "When the mind is calm, the breath is calm." Your breath, always with you, free and powerful, is the anchor that brings you back to stillness, even on the worst days. Think about a moment when your mind feels scrambled. Maybe you're stuck in traffic or get an urgent email from your boss. Your thoughts jump from one to another, like a monkey swinging between branches. Mindfulness is the art of pausing, observing this moment without judgment, without trying to change it. And the simplest way to do that is to focus on your breath. Scientists have proven that just a few minutes of conscious breathing can calm the amygdala, the brain's stress center, helping you feel calmer instantly. But how do you make your breath a daily tool? I want to tell you about Jake, a high school teacher in California I met at a mindfulness workshop. Jake used to feel stressed every morning before class, worrying whether his students would listen or if his lesson plan was good enough. He told me, "I felt like I had to play a perfect role, and it was exhausting." But then Jake learned the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Every morning, before entering the classroom, he'd stand in the hallway, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. After just a few weeks, Jake not only felt calmer, but also realized he enjoyed teaching more. His students even said he was more approachable. You can try the 4-7-8 technique right now. It takes just a minute. Sit comfortably, inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, count silently. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat 4 times. I use this technique whenever I feel stressed, like before a big meeting, and it's like a pause button for my mind. You can make it a habit. Try 4-7-8 every morning or whenever your mind feels chaotic. It's simple, but incredibly effective. The small lesson here is, your breath is a constant companion, always ready to help you find peace. You don't need a special place or lots of time. Just a few breaths can calm your mind anytime. Mindfulness through breath is a fantastic foundation, but how do you ensure this peace lasts through bigger challenges? Let's explore the final lesson: how to trust in impermanence and build habits to keep your mind at ease. 4. Practice mindfulness through breath to sustain peace. You've learned to let go of burdens beyond your control. But how do you keep your mind peaceful when life throws challenge after challenge at you? That's where our 4th lesson comes in: practicing mindfulness through breath. The Buddha once said, "The breath is the bridge between body and mind." Just a few conscious breaths can bring you back to stillness, like an anchor keeping your mind ship from being swept away in a storm. Imagine you're in the middle of a crazy day, your phone's buzzing nonstop, work deadlines are looming, and you just wish everything would pause for a moment. Your mind feels like a radio stuck on repeat, playing the same worries over and over. Mindfulness through breath is how you hit the pause button on that radio. It doesn't require hours of meditation or a quiet retreat. All it takes is focusing on your breath, something you always carry with you. Scientists at Harvard have found that just 2 minutes of conscious breathing can reduce stress by calming the nervous system, making you feel like you've been rebooted. But how do you make this a part of your busy life? I want to tell you about Emily, a single mom in Seattle I met at a mindfulness support group. Emily used to feel like she was drowning, juggling work, raising 2 kids, and facing a pile of bills. She told me, "I was trapped in a loop of worry with no way out." But then Emily tried a simple breathing technique called box breathing. Every night after her kids went to bed, she'd sit down, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold again for 4 seconds, like drawing a square in her mind. After just a few days, Emily noticed she wasn't getting swept up in negative thoughts before bed anymore. She even started teaching her kids the technique, and now it's their family's breathing time. You can try box breathing right now. It takes just a minute. Find a comfortable spot. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold again for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat 4 times. I do this exercise whenever I'm stressed, like when waiting for results on a big project, and it feels like a natural calming remedy. To make it a habit, try box breathing every morning with your coffee or right before a tense meeting. You'll be amazed at the calm it brings. The small lesson here is your breath is the key to unlocking peace, and you always carry that key with you. No matter how busy life gets, just a few breaths can bring you back to yourself. Breathing is a wonderful way to anchor your mind, but how do you ensure this peace endures through long-term challenges? Let's explore the final lesson: how to trust in impermanence and build habits to keep your mind at ease. 5. Trust in impermanence and build lasting habits. You've learned to anchor your mind in the present and calm it with your breath, but what helps you stand strong when bigger challenges arise? That's our final lesson: trusting in impermanence and building lasting habits. The Buddha once said, "All conditioned things are impermanent. Strive on with diligence." In simple terms, everything, both joy and pain, passes. When you believe this, you'll find the strength to weather any storm while creating a sustainable, peaceful life. Think about those moments when it feels like everything is falling apart: a broken relationship, a failure at work, or just a nameless sense of anxiety. Those moments can make you think the struggle will last forever. But the truth is, nothing is permanent. Buddhism teaches that life is like clouds in the sky. They come, they go, and the sky remains unchanged. Psychologists agree. Recognizing the temporary nature of difficulties can reduce anxiety by 30%, according to research from Verywell Mind. But to truly live with this belief, you need to build lasting habits, like bricks laying the foundation for peace. I want to tell you about Lisa, a single mom in Chicago I met at a mindfulness sharing session. Lisa used to live in constant fear of financial ruin, convinced she'd never escape her debts. She told me, "I felt like I was running in a tunnel with no exit." But then Lisa started a small habit. Every week, she wrote down a challenge she once thought she'd never overcome but did. Like the time she lost her job but later found a better one. Slowly, her journal became proof that everything is temporary. Lisa also began meditating for 5 minutes each morning, focusing solely on her breath. After a few months, she not only worried less but felt stronger, as if she could face any challenge. You can start today with a simple exercise that takes just a minute. Grab a piece of paper or open a notes app and write down one challenge you've overcome, maybe a fight with a friend or a tough work project. Next to it, write an affirmation: "This passed, and I'm stronger for it." Then commit to a small habit. Try meditating for 5 minutes daily or practicing the box breathing we learned. I started with 5-minute morning meditations, and it transformed how I handle stress. To make it easier, set a phone reminder or try meditating right after brushing your teeth, a trick to tie a new habit to an old one. The small lesson here is, believing difficulties will pass lightens your heart, but lasting habits are how you build a resilient mind. Each small step you take today is a brick for tomorrow's peace. Now that you have 5 lessons to calm your mind, how do you make them part of your life? Let's wrap up and start your journey today.